Hey, this is Randy, and today I just wanted to share with you how to get going on Google Drive. If you're interested, Google Drive is an amazing place where you can store files. In the Richland School District, you have unlimited file storage space, which is awesome. You can access those files from home, so unlike the shared drive here in the district, you can actually get on the Google Drive from home and be working on things. But not only is it a great place for you to store files, it's also a great place for you to create content and then share it with your students and have your students collaborating as well. So it's really an awesome, awesome tool if you're interested. So up on the top right corner, if you go to google.com, there's a place to sign in. And if you click sign in, from there, if you've logged in before, it'll give you accounts that you've already used in the past. Like for me personally, I've got a couple personal email addresses, but I want to use my rsd.edu account. The login here is the same as when you get on your computer in the morning, first name dot last name at rsd.edu, and same password as well. Once you've typed those in, you notice how mine just immediately pulled up. Oftentimes there's a choice up top for you to save your password so you don't have to remember your login all the time. But again, it's the same as when you get on your computer in the morning. From there, after you've signed in, you might see a couple of different things. Sometimes you'll see up here on the top some different options, and there's one that says Drive, and if you click on that, that'll take you to the Google Drive. Sometimes you'll see a little, I call it a waffle, but kind of a 3x3 set of squares. And if you click on that, there'll be a link to take you to Drive. I'll show you what that looks like. So now that I've clicked on Drive, you can see up here that little waffle I was telling you about. And there is the apps launcher. So from there, you can see all the different Google apps you can use. And right there is Google Drive. You can also move these things around if you're interested. Lots of neat Google apps that you have access to by virtue of our school district having that link up between our district accounts and Google. I was one teacher I was working with that had like 10,000 different files on the shared drive, and she was ready to bring those up on her Google Drive with one folder upload of her folder that said My Documents that was on the shared drive, with one folder upload by clicking File, Computer, going to the district shared, or I think she had them on her H drive, and then clicking that folder and OK, all 10,000 of those files began to upload. And then she was able to access those from home. And for her, that was a really big deal. So I would really encourage you, all of those different files that you have on different machines, on the shared drive, maybe on thumb drives, all over the place. Sometimes you email yourself files. You don't need to do any of that anymore. If you can get everything centralized up here on the Google Drive, you have access to those files anywhere where there's an internet connection. And that's a really neat thing to be able to access your files from anywhere and not feel like you're tied to any one machine. So that's how you get your files up on Google Drive. One thing that's neat too, though, is you can also create content within the drive. So if I clicked on New, besides just being able to upload content, I can start to create content as well. Docs are like Word files, Sheets are a lot like Excel files, and Slides are a lot like PowerPoints. There's also a lot more apps that you can work with as well. If you click on this Connect More Apps button, you can find really, really amazing apps that not only can you use to share with your students, but you can have your students using these things and creating these as well, because your students have Google Drive accounts too that they can get into in the same way that you just did. So this is a really neat place for you and your students to be creating content. In order to share your files with other people, you simply right-click on the file and then click the Share button. And once you've done that, you're going to get this little page here to pop up. You have a lot of choices from here. One is you can go right here and give specific people permission to edit or view or comment on your files, and only those people. So for example, my principal, Brian Stadelman, if I wanted to give Brian permission to edit a file that I have, I could give him permission to do that. I could say, no, Brian can't edit my file, but he can just comment on it. Or maybe he can just view it. I can decide. And then I can write a note in here to Brian, hey, Brian, this is such and such file. And when I hit the send button, Brian will get an email notification along with this note letting him know that he can either edit, comment, or view my file. Okay? So if you want to go a different route, and instead of just inviting specific people, you can also go up here and say that anyone in the Richland School District can edit, or anyone with the link can comment, or anyone with the link can view. So say I gave anyone in the Richland School District permission to edit. I now take this link and copy it, and then I can send that out, this link, out to people and let them know, in an email to whoever I was interested in sending this link to, that you have permission to edit this file. What's really cool about that is you could have multiple people, working in a PLC across different buildings and be working and collaborating together on a document or on a slides file or a sheets file. So it's a really, really neat way. Instead of having to email back and forth, hey, this is the updated file, this is the updated file. Instead, everyone's working and making the changes in real time. You can also, if you click right here, go down to more, and then make the link public, or you can just make anyone with the link, even outside of the district, and allow anyone outside of the district to edit, comment, or view the files. And what could be really neat about that is you could have students collaborating on something with people from around the world. So there's just really lots of opportunities here for really neat ideas and lots of collaboration to take place. If something's been shared with you, what's neat is you can go over here. Besides just getting an email notification, if you click on this shared with me link right here, it'll show you all the different files that have been shared with you. There's a couple different views in Drive. One is the grid view. I'm more of a linear type thinker, and I also specifically like the list view when I click on shared with me, because it shows me who shared that file with me and when. And so you can see all the different files that have been shared with me and when. And you might not even have realized this yet, but if you go into your Drive and click shared with me, there might be some things that people have shared with you. So I think that's it for now on Google Drive and how to share your files and have other people share files with you and where you go to access those. All right, have a great day.